Hello, in today's video we are going to go over the basics of sketch constraints. After the video you should be able to apply, edit, view and delete constraints together with dimensional constraints. First let's start a part by clicking the New command on the Quick Access toolbar. In the Create New File window and under the English Units template select a standard part. Then on the 3D Model tab, Sketch panel, click the Start 2D Sketch command. Select the X and Y origin plane for the sketch. Select the Line command. We are going to draw an arbitrary shape composed by 5 connected lines. At this point this drawing does not have any constraint than the end of the lines being coincident. To move any point just hover over a point. When it highlights click and hold and drag it around. To move any line just highlight it, click and hold it, and move it back and forth. To move the whole sketch, click and drag a selection window covering all the geometry, release the mouse to select. Click and hold any part of the sketch and drag it around. The whole geometry moves without any changes. We can change the sketch too by using modifying commands. In this case we are going to move a line. We go to the Sketch tab, Modify panel, and we click on Move. The Move command window will open. We select the line we want to move. Now we have to select the base point. We can right-click and select Continue. We can click Base Point button on the Move window or we just press Enter key to activate it. When selecting the base point a dialog box will prompt asking us if we want to remove constraints. We click No. If selected Yes, the line will move independent of the rest of the sketch. We can repeat the process for another modifying command, in this case Rotate. Invoke the command, select the line, select the center point, click No to delete constraints, and rotate the line to a desired angle using the given handle. Click Done or Escape when finished. Let's apply a coincident constraint. We will do it between any point of the geometry and the origin center point. I just want to demonstrate that constraints can be applied between parts of the sketch and elements of the coordinate system, like planes, axis or the center point. If the origin element is not projected on the sketch, go to the Sketch tab, Draw panel, and click on Project Geometry, select the one you want to project on the sketch. Every part and assembly file have a coordinate system and many times is very convenient to use them for constraints. Let's apply another constraint, in this case a vertical constraint, followed by a horizontal constraint. The horizontal constraint causes the line to lie parallel to the x-axis of the coordinate system, and the vertical constraint the line will be parallel to the y-axis. As we can see if we try to rotate the line it won't change unless we rotate it enough, 180 degrees where it can be again parallel to the y-axis. Let's apply another constraint, in this case a perpendicular constraint. The perpendicular constraint caused the two lines to lie 90 degrees to one another. If one pauses the cursor over any constraint, a help window will pop up, explaining everything you need to know. Let's demonstrate another constraint, in this case tangent constraint. We will draw a circle, and apply the constraint between the circle and each of the adjacent sides. Let's use the Trim tool, and now we have a fillet. We can apply a horizontal constraint to 2 points too, they will be now at the same distance from the x-axis. Let's apply dimensions to the geometry. If you select Edit Dimension when created on the application options, a dialog box appears automatically and you can type it as you go, as we doing it. The way you select determines the dimension you get. If you select a line, it will be its length. If you select two lines or points, it will be the distance between them. If you select a curve, it will be at radius or diameter if it is closed, and if you select two lines that are not parallel, it will be the angle between them, like in this case. In this case, I tried to place a dimension on the right vertical line, and a message popped up, stating that I'm over-constraining the sketch. This happened because we previously added a horizontal constraint between the two top points of the vertical lines, making them equal in length. If we place a dimension on the one on the left, the one on the right will be the same. We do not need to dimension it. This is very useful when creating sketches. One can be faster and avoid typing mistakes. Now we have the sketch all dimensioned and constrained. If we want to see the applied constraints, right-click and select Show All Constraints. If you pause over any constraint, it will highlight the elements that are part of that specific constraint. We can delete a constraint. We can add a different constraint that will serve the same function. In this case, a parallel constraint to another horizontal line will replace as a horizontal constraint. Another example of constraints using circles. Let's get it symmetrical to the geometry by adding a vertical and a horizontal constraint to the middle line point of the bottom and right lines. This is an introductory video to get you acquainted with Autodesk Inventor sketch constraints. Working with the program, investigating new ways to do a task and consulting the software help, will develop further your skills. Thanks for watching. I hope you found this video instructive. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more.